to understand what we've been talking about baptism and regeneration, you need to understand how Luther is appropriating the Augustinian tradition, and how Luther is going off in new ways, so to speak.
Yeah.
Carey's book, The Meaning of Protestant Theology, Augustine, Luther, and the Gospel That Gives Me Christ. It's a bit of a heady book, but it's worth it because he spends the time outlining Augustine's theology, and then spends the time outlining how Luther grows up in that, and how where he takes it a different track. So this is a footnote, but you'll find interesting because of your history. But Carey ultimately accepts the Finnish school's reading of Luther. The way Luther parses things, justification, like the Protestant scholastic tradition, broadly speaking, has made sharp distinctions: justification, sanctification, glorification. That exact terminology, I think the distinctions are there in Luther, but for Luther, he conceives of it as justification, justification, and justification. He doesn't mean the same thing by it each time. He just doesn't have a different term for it. And so you see this in Great Galatians in chapter 5, when he comments on 5:5, the hope of righteousness. He talks about righteousness as being our hope. We're not yet justified, right? So it's like, for him, justification has 3 tenses. Luther on justification is a very difficult subject because I don't think he fits neatly into our later scholastic categories, but he doesn't diverge from them either. If some Reformed people are watching this and they're getting a little bit skittish, Solid Declaration of the Formula of Concord, Article 3, paragraph 32, makes it clear that we have 2 types of righteousness. We have the righteousness through faith in Christ, and we have that's reckoned, imputed to us. And then we have the righteousness of the new obedience. And the righteousness of the new obedience does not enter into the judgment seat of God. It's only the righteousness of faith in Christ based on his suffering and death that's reckoned to faith, that stands before God's tribunal. I mean, that's confessional Lutheranism. That's in the Solid Declaration. That's what we're tied to. So no matter what you term this renewal or how you conceive of it, the renewal itself is not the reason why you enter into heaven, the new heavens, new earth, however you parse that.